Hello friends, today we'll discuss few points on budget. Section 194Q, where the buyer needs to deduct TDS for purchase of goods exceeding 50 lakhs at the rate of 0.1%. The basic criteria is the turnover of the buyer in the previous year should be greater than 10 crores. This defeats section 2061H, where TCS is collected for the supply of goods exceeding 50 lakhs. The next point is unit-linked insurance. From 1st February, this 10-day exemption is not available if the premium amount in any of the previous year exceeds 2,50,000. This will be treated as a capital asset. The cost of acquisition will be the insurance premium paid till now, and it is taxable and no exemption is available. And the next point is interest accrued on employee portion of the PF contribution. If that exceeds 2.5 lakh, then it is taxable. The next section is tax audit limit. It has been increased from 5 crore to 10 crore if the cash receipts doesn't exceed 5% of the total cash receipt and total cash payment doesn't exceed 5% of the total payment. Then we can claim the exemption limit of 10 crores. With respect to taxable tax slab, there is no change, and LLP cannot take the benefit of 44AD. With respect to GST annual return, it need not be audited. It can be self-certified by the taxpayer itself. So this reduces burden. And extension of date of sanction of loan for affordable residential house property, that is under section 80 EEA. It has been extended to 31st March 2020-22, and the stamp duty should not exceed 45 lakh and it should be a first time buyer. Actually, it is totally around 3,50,000 exemption we can claim under this section, like 2 lakh under section 24 and 1.5 under section 80 EEA. With respect to revised or belated return, it can be filed only up to 31st December. Initially it was 12 months, now they have reduced 3 months, so only 9 months benefit is available. For example, if financial year 21-22, the deadline will be 31st December 2022 or the date of completion of assessment, whichever is earlier. With respect to senior citizen aged 75 years or more, relaxation is given for filing income tax return if they have only two income, pension or interest income. The other income, they need to file the return. In case if the income is under, it's more than the taxable limit, then bank will deduct TDS in case if they have only interest income. Employee portion of EPF in ESI, if it is not paid within the due date, then it is considered to be a deemed income. And since this is given as only explanation, there is a possibility of retrospective effect too. And with respect to IT assessment reopening, they have reduced to 3 years from 6 years. In case of serious fraud, income escapement, it is limited to 10 years.